In the order of successive administration in my lifetime, I think this will be the worst in terms of delivery of services, in terms of organization, in terms of even understanding of governance, in terms of transparency, in terms of economic management, and of course in terms of security. So this is the worst government in my lifetime that I've seen. You would say maybe Abacha was worse, but you can understand Abacha within a psychological framework that he was a military dictator. So nobody voted for him, he just hijacked power, and he did whatever he wanted with it. But even within that framework, as you can see, the Abacha regime, when you look back today, is actually better than the Jonathan regime. And I'm sorry to say this, because you could almost feel that this country was more secure during those days. You could feel, as they claim, and everybody knew, the value of the naira under Abacha was better than the value of the naira under the Jonathan regime. In fact, it's double that rate now. For example, you look at the entire corruption that Abacha perpetrated in his 5 years or so in power, I guess. We're looking at $10 billion. Jonathan's people stole at least 20 billion in less than 2 years from just sales of crude oil alone. If you add that to what the oil marketers, importers stole, which was 6.8 billion, so you are looking already at $28 billion stolen under Jonathan's regime. You see, there's a difference between, tokenistic governance, and governance of mediocrity that is wrapped up in propaganda, and real governance. That's the way countries are governed. You can't govern a country with propaganda of how many airports are under construction. You actually judge a government by how many airports they're able to construct within a reasonable period of time, within a reasonable cost in terms of resources. They said a few months ago that they have turned around the power sector by privatizing the power sector, the distribution companies. As we speak today, you and I know that it has been more money invested in buying more darkness for the Nigerian people. First and foremost, I think Boko Haram is a security problem. It's just like the Niger Delta militancy. It was a security problem. But being a security problem doesn't mean that they can be tackled the same way. I think it has to be a combination of factors, including, most importantly, making sure that people find the right balance within society to survive, so that crime does not become attractive to them, any kind of crime. So for as long as the Nigerian police is not doing its job, bogged down by corruption, so as long as the Nigerian army is ill-equipped and incapable of fighting any kind of war inside of and outside of Nigeria, all these problems, as small as they look, can become really, really big. And it is compounded by the incompetence of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan, who doesn't have a clue how to resolve any of this problem. So that's why every small problem in this country under his regime, and perhaps before him, had escalated to become a major problem. When they were judicially executing Boko Haram people, we were the ones who were warning them that this will become a major problem. But what were they doing? As they do today, they were calling us names that because we were asking for them not to kill people extrajudicially, we were sympathetic to terrorists. No, we're just saying that for as long as you do things the wrong way, they will hunt you in a bad way. And that is where we're saying, especially when you have the kind of government that doesn't even know how to tackle any of these problems. I don't want to be appointed to government, but I'm also not ruling out the possibility that I'm capable of governing a country better than any of these characters that are governing the country, and I'm serious about it. But that is not to say, to clarify, that I'm trying to position myself for political office. if it does come, I won't lie about it. I'm not going to lie and say that I had a dream or that God asked me to go and do it. I cannot be in a government. I cannot be a minister who goes to a meeting and will be praising the president and claiming that things are all right when things are not. I'm the kind of person who will show up and say, Mr. President, you know, you're running a bad country. This place is terrible. People are going to overrun this chamber very soon. And they're going to hate me for it.